Young tycoon that's sicker than typhoid and spit like a typhoon to the rain. Live in the streets where the money's hunted by drainages. If it's aimless, ain't a single thing that can change it. I'm changing it. Get your dollar straight and circulate, then gang with it. Aim for your partner pocket and pop. That's dangerous. If you ain't with it, you throwing off the vibe. Man, I don't got time for that. It's all about the vibe. All that I got time for. I ain't got the mood.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Dak Prescott. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Jags and the Colts, and it's coming up next.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 19 carries, 76 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers. He certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Yeah, he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one with second down. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Greg Newsome up to make the stop.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Prescott, he'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
Sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
KaVontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with the football. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. In motion, the tight end. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll stretch out only about a yard up to the 32. The numbers for Mixon last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
A 2nd down throw now from Stroud. A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
It's a pickup of...
The way this game is going, the way that they possess the ball on the other side of the field, you go 3 and out here, you might not see the ball again until the 2nd quarter.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. That caught by the rookie tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 5. Stroud. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
The end result, 21 yards. Here's Prescott. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Quinnen Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Now a short one to Gesicki. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. So now the Jaguar punter, Brian Anger, is on to kick it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Stroud. And that is incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Stroud out of the gun here. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Now Dobbins again on second down. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Stroud. That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Mixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Stroud now on 3rd and 2. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Scared to let it fly when it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Fourth down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. He's got it complete. That's Schoonmaker. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Incomplete. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Jacksonville would give them the season series. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Stroud now on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. That is caught. Schoonmaker. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Here goes Stroud again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Stroud on 3rd down now. Touchdown! Luke Schoonmaker, as the first half is winding down. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Prescott. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. So, well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. And the Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
You know, it's not just all athleticism for defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9. Stroud to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. He's on his way. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
Good play there by Bateman. Nice catch and a first down. Trying to overcome what was largely a lost season in 2022 with only 6 games played and under 300 yards.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Quentin Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try to run with Dobbins, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
A gain of 14. First down, Indianapolis.
Again, it's Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Michael Walker there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, it's Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. William Golston. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that they're
look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Now he's loose at the 40, and he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Dobbins bowling his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown.
Well, it took almost 3 quarters for them to get their first touchdown of the game, but it may turn out to be worth the wait. This has been a heck of a battle so far, but they finally punched one in here to take the lead.
Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, this is Turpin taking it about the 1. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off inside the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side, all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
St. Brown. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud. Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. 23 yards the pickup there. And quickly they get to the line. Again, it's Stroud. He's got this to Pickens.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. And he rifles one incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Stroud looking to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
Here's a run with Mixon. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Mixon again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. Mixon trying to punch it in. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
They run for it with Mixon, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Joe Mixon, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Colts have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. An extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Jaguars back with it on offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit. And you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Another run here with Dobbins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Dobbins trying the left side. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And this one hits at the run, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now down 21-14, just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Stroud. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they need a touchdown, and here they're saying, we're not going to get it 10 yards at a time. They felt they needed to take a shot there to at least get them across the 50, but that one falls incomplete.
Stroud to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Now Stroud. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guy's going downfield to catch the ball. They've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. And this one is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Here's Stroud. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Jaguars going to get possession of the football first here in this overtime session as the kick is away. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. It's a gain of 33 as we ironically approach 3:33 remaining in the quarter.
And how about that? So many times the big play is what does it in overtime. They got one there, move the ball past midfield, and now you know they're on the move, looking to score the game-winning touchdown because a field goal.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
Now Prescott. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And another timeout taken by the Colts. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Prescott looks to throw on first. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
3 yards remain for second down.
17-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. The kick by Sanders is good, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here in the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And the Colts getting ready to go. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? If the overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
Now it's Stroud's turn in OT. And this is incomplete. But the passing game right now for them not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Stroud on 3rd down now. He's got it complete. That's Schoonmaker. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Stroud. That is caught. Schoonmaker. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Here's 2nd and 10. The throwing again is Stroud. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Stroud will look to throw once more. And that is caught. But he will come out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially get out of here with a tie. Sly able to put this one through. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Both teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe could they punch it in and go ahead and end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Come on.
I'm back up beat again. Forget the Downer stuff.
Cade York to kick off.
Will 3 points be enough to do it? We'll soon know as we continue here in overtime. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
Here's Dak. And he'll just get rid of it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and very rarely in the National Football